Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken at the 3. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Darius Slayton, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots, but that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. But this is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going to throw deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Darius Slayton with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now for the point after. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Check 3. Check 3. Hey, 59.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Set. 19. Here's Mike. Hey, let's get down. 24. Slant. 59.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Open man is heard. It's complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
What is that? 19. You don't know no better. Wide, get wide. Chance. Hey, 24. 57. 57. Hey, no timeout. Line him up.
Watson now, operating from the gun. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
What is that? 19. Mike, 58, right there. I can't believe they let you play. At 59! 58's to Mike! Here it comes! At 58 is to Mike. Go 58's to Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go! 58's to Mike. 58's to Mike. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Hey, 59! Come on here. Come on.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson escaping the pressure right. And able to haul it in is Kittle. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. To the car. 50 once more. 58 to Mike. Here we go, here we go. And 58 is a Mike. Go 58 to Mike. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Back to throw, Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Get off the field.
Rosen off the play action. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Middle. I got him, back to mine, I got him.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Zadarius Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards.
49ers, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brings up second and
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go one more.
Operating from the gun, Watson. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a first and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Let's 57.
Watson from the gun, he'll throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Watson. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Win the rep. Let's go, right? Come on.
Watson looks to throw again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Lions take over first.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
And the Lions first down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
You can't block me. Kill. Hey, turn it up. He's checking. One day. Crash.
On play action, Rosen. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. There's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to score Lions 21, 49ers 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. And we're pretty quiet, G, we're pretty quiet. 58, boys, 58, Mike.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Check.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
58's the Mike.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
58's the mic.
Again, it's Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To the air yet again, Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Bass. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Rosen. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Mike 51. Blue dance, blue dance. Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go, here we go.
They go play action. It's Rosen. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. That's a 1st down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here, and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All day, dog. Tighten up, tighten up.
Play action here with Rosen. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get in that hole.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing again, it's Rosen. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Let's go.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21.
And the Lions 1st down.
Rosen now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Rosen will throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured it out.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Will Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, alert! Mark 57. I'm coming. 57. Mike, 57. Hot 7, hot 7. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Watson now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. He's picked off near his own 48. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Let's go.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Stop your whining.
After the interception, here's Rosen. That's complete to Slayton. Touchdown, Detroit. Darius Slayton, 36 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011 was. Wasn't it Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Set. 180. Watch 85. Come to our world. We want.
They'll run on 1st down. Hickman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try the left side. Hickman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd down now, it's Bass, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check 55 to Mike. Check. Fresno. Joker. Hey, quarter. Shit.
On 3rd down, Hickman. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. And this one is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk. To their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up!
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Hickman trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Mark 55! Mark 55! Hey, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that ball right here. Check. Alert, alert, alert. What do you got?
On 3rd down, Hickman. And he's got some space here. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On 1st down, Bass. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bass. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Focus, defense, focus.
On third down, Hickman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hickman. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Kill. Sponge. No. Off. Watch the twist.
On second down, Hickman. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike. 55, Mike. Yeah.
On second down then, Hickman. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Lions on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
Deuce. Check 26, check.
And again this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58.
Throwing again is Watson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. On first down, Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Will Harris. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hug. Big edge. Motion.
They'll try the left side. Hickman, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Hickman takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here comes Pettis on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
29. Check 3. 20. 64. Wait. 25. Hey, switch gears. 26. Down, let's go.
Throwing again on second down. Watson, he's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk, I don't know what is. That is absolutely phenomenal. What comes to mind quickly, partner, is one of the more recent ones to get to 4. D'Angelo Hall, a terrific player in his own right, but in this case, 5. That sets a brand new NFL record.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hickman. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check 30. Alert, alert, alert.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bass. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get an